So last week I got to go to a car show with one mission in mind: travel light, shoot fast, and get as many portfolio shots as possible. I had the Lumix S1R2 with me alongside the 24-60 2.8. Now, if you haven't been to a car show in Houston yet, it can get kind of chaotic. Crowds are kind of crazy, so it's often going to be shoulder to shoulder, and truth is, you're not going to have much room to move around. You're going to need something wide enough to be able to kind of get some sort of an establishing shot, something to help you get some tight shots of the cars, and something that can help you in case you get stuck indoors or some sort of a low light situation. Usually this means compromise. So you're gonna have to either carry different lenses with you, or you may need two camera bodies to try to get you to be able to do everything fast enough. But this little lens, this thing handled everything I threw at it, and by the time I got home, I realized that Panasonic may have made one of the best full frame lenses in this category, and no one's talking about it. Hey y'all, my name is Stanley. I'm a Houston-based creative, and if you haven't read the title for any reason, I just got the 24-60 2.8 not so long ago. See, every other brand, Sony, Canon, or Nikon, all sell some sort of a budget lens. That's the 28-70 2.8. And that's fine if you're in one of those systems and you're looking for a budget zoom lens with a constant 2.8 aperture. But Panasonic said, what if we give you a 24mm instead of a 28? And that decision changes everything for me. Because 24mm is a storytelling wide. It's the literal 1x of an iPhone nowadays. It's architecture, landscape, interiors for vehicles. It's just wide enough where you can get everything you need to begin telling a story. And unless you're taking a photo of an eagle on top of a skyscraper, losing 10 mil on the end is not gonna matter too much. And if you wanna know the thing that makes the 24-60 2.8 special for me, it just doesn't feel like a budget zoom lens to me. It feels like a rethink of what a single do-it-all lens should be. Let's talk the build. It's only 544 grams, so it's just a little over a pound. This thing for a constant 2.8 aperture is really light. Normally when I'm shopping for a 24-70, I'm trying to look at the weight, trying to look at the size. The question I ask in my mind is, what would I bring with me to Japan? And I know that seems really random, but that's just a place I want to visit. And I literally always think, okay, if I was to go tomorrow, what camera would I bring and what lens would I bring? And I'm not one of those people that's trying to travel around with a bag full of gear. And so it's very important for me to get something light, compact. This camera fit all the check boxes. Plus, it's weather sealed, so I don't really have to worry about anything if the weather gets a little crazy. Now, if you saw my last Lumix video, you'd know that the 20-60mm that they make is one of my favorite lenses of all time. But something that stops me from using it all the time is the variable aperture of that lens. And so if I'm trying to zoom up from 20 to 35mm, it's kind of frustrating to see the aperture move up because now I'm having to raise my ISO, and I'm trying to keep that as low as possible to get the cleanest image I can get. Did I miss the extra 10mm that was missing from the 60 to 70mm? Absolutely not. I shoot on the S1R2, so if I need a little bit more reach from the 60mm, I'm just gonna put this thing in the Super 35 mode. It'll get me all the reach I need, or I can actually use a 70 to 200 if I needed to. There are ways to get around getting more reach from 60mm, but there's no way to go from 28 to 24 if you needed to go wider. So in my opinion, Panasonic made the better bet by picking 24mm over 70. All right, here's where things get crazy. This is Panasonic's cheapest constant aperture zoom, and it doesn't feel budget at all. I'm sure it's not perfect, but because you're shooting on a Lumix camera, it handles distortion. That combination has helped me a ton. I'd be really willing to put this against any 24-70 and feel really confident about the image I can get out of this lens. So if you told me I could only take one lens with me to my trip to Japan, it would be this lens. I would have no problems taking this lens with me. For one, it replaces the need to pack any more lenses. And secondly, it's light, it's sharp, it's everything I needed to do in terms of being able to get wide shots, really sharp, tight shots. And that constant 2.8 aperture is always gonna be something that helps when I'm inside of restaurants, inside buildings, anything to help me with low light. This is also why when I was at the car show, I didn't sit there wondering like, hey, I wish I brought my 51.8. Really, I didn't wish I brought anything. When you're at a show and it's crowded and you're trying to get the most out of something like that, you're really trying to think way less about your gear and more about what you're trying to shoot. I mean, heck, most of the time I'm trying to do photos and video together, so I don't have time to think about gear. This lens achieved that for me. It's almost like the accountants at Panasonic priced it for beginners and then the engineers created it for professionals. It's kind of wild. So here's my opinion about this lens. The Panasonic 24-60 2.8 isn't just a good value, it's the best dollar for value lens in this category, period. If you're a professional or a hybrid shooter or just looking for a camera to bring with you while you travel, the Panasonic 24-60 2.8 makes the whole Lumix system make sense, the whole ecosystem. I've got the Canon 28-70 f2, and if you haven't seen that lens before, it is massive. By the end of the day, I look like I'm carrying a 50-pound dumbbell and I'm like shivering and shaking and it looks all weird, but it's one of my favorite lenses of all time. Stick around if you want to see a video about about that. We'll get to that later, but I don't know. Would you want to start with the 28 mil or 24? Let me know down below. And if you haven't already, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, share it if you know someone looking into the lens or just curious about the Lumix system in general. And if you have any questions, feel free to enter in the comments down below, shoot me a DM, whatever it is, I'm here to help you out. See you guys in my next video. Peace.